Well, to be quite honest, it's when I started my practice. So I started my private practice. Well, we're going to be going on 4 years, June 24th. I actually got licensed on the day of my birthday. That's when the licensure came through and it posted, which was magical. And I immediately went into private practice. So we're 4 years now. And
Nice.
I was broke.
Uh,
So I was like trying to find my clients. I'm on Psychology Today, the whole
yep.
journey, right?
Yep.
But under resourced, trying to be a growing, therapist in this field and to build my practice. So while I was hurting for clients, waiting for clients, I was like, how can I be generative? How can I be creative? And I think some of this, and this is what I work with therapists on, is believing that you have something to offer and you don't need to be like 3 trainings in, certified, consultant, expert on everything in
On
order to start adding
everything.
value.
Yes, I agree with you.
And what do people pay you for? They pay you for value. Okay. So I could bring value even as a new therapist. Anyone can. There's always something you learned in your training or your lived experience, some coping skills, some tools. People just want to have space held for them in a safe enough way. And that's what I did. So I think my first group was the Witches Protection Program, which was something that
What?
I know, it was hilarious. So my practice is called IFS Witch because I bring in astrology. I also have a IFS astrology podcast called No Bad Charts with my partner, Sarah Tamel. Um, so I'm witchy, right? And so I branded myself IFS Witch. And then my friend jokingly said to me once, because I work with a lot of no contact and family estrangement stuff,
Yeah.
she's like, oh, yeah, the Witches Protection Program.
That is hilarious. Oh my word. Please tell me this isn't trademark.
I almost trademarked it, but then I was like, I've kind of moved on from it. Like it was kitschy and fun, but I'm actually not doing that program right now. So maybe I have to revamp it to reignite like my passion for it. But it was my first like narcissistic abuse, like protection. So it's like,
Yeah.
how do you get out of the relationship, right? So like boundaries, also energetic protections. Like, a lot of this is energetic. Like, what are you carrying somebody else's sense of ownership over you? How do you detach with love? I think we've both been in recovery spaces, right? So, like, detach from love from other people and not take responsibility for their stuff energetically so that you can move forward with your life. So, we're doing an energetic component, intuition and anxiety, like tuning into what is what. And, so there's a lot of communication skills. And so that was like a safe harbor for folks
Yeah.
navigating. I think I'm in an abusive relationship with someone. And so that was my first group. And as I kept going, my favorite clients really are therapists. And I don't know why. I think it's because we all kind of speak a shared language and I love psychoeducation and I'm a big old nerd. So I love that we can just kind of get into it. And there's a little bit more resourced nervous system, and people being able to, um
Hopefully.
hopefully, but not always. So
And
I
but not
found that
always.
for me, like, that was my preference rather than doing, like, a psychodynamic group with the client population and just I felt like it was holding more, and this feels more like there's a sense of play and fun in it too. There's still containment, but there's definitely more coping usually, people are coming in with, and you're right, therapists aren't a monolith, so sometimes people come in really dysregulated, but it is what it is.
We just try to do the best we can out here
Yeah,
in these streets. That's what the
totally.
kids say.
Exactly.